Claudio, Chandra, there's some things I want to let you in on, especially since you've been so kind to me since we've met. Okay, a lot of this is going to sound out there, and I know that. So listen to the sincerity in my voice, and not so much the absurdity of the words I'm going to say.
Hey, that sounded pretty deep. Oh, sorry, man. Go on.
I'm not entirely sure of what's going on myself, so some of the parts might seem a little hazy. Okay, here it goes. When I arrived home from college earlier this year, I met Sammy Park.
Oh man, what if he just started doing every single monologue he's ever done since the beginning of the game? I would be so mad.
I'd followed a cat into an old factory and I found her there. She was alive and well. A bit odd, but pretty great, to be honest. I tried to help her get out of the building, and some beings known as soul survivors appeared and took her away. I later met a woman named Bella, who told us that the soul survivors are beings from another reality, one like our own. She said that these beings have surrendered the right to their physical form in favor of a spiritual one. With this power, they could move within the soul space, which is the space in between realities. Then we met Rory, and Rory had recently lost his sister and encountered a soul survivor himself. Then I found out that one of these beings was living with me. I chased it out of my house and then into a radio tower. At that radio tower, it asked me to play this record, to broadcast it. So that's why I've been looking for it.
Okay, so he says it asked him to do something, but they don't ask people to do things generally.
I didn't expect you to believe me.
Rory, you lost your sister? I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, so see, they're focusing on the important part, which is that this dude in their friend group has lost his sibling recently.
Yeah, thanks.
Losing a sibling is a terrible burden on any person. Let us know if you need anything.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Human compassion, understanding, empathy.
We've lost
Christ.
someone before. We know what it's like. Maybe that's what drew me to the Sammy Park case.
I see. What about the soul survivors and all that?
Dude, it's not about that.
Let's say we've had experience with the supernatural before.
I had a kid brother, you know. He went missing in 1985. Got on his bike one day to go to our neighbors, 7 houses up the street. And he just vanished.
Is he in the upside down?
Never came back. We looked for him for months. Dad never stopped. Still hands out flyers at the grocery store every Sunday. Even got an artist to draw him aged.
Were there ever any leads or anything?
No one really ever investigated it. Sure, they looked around for him. And for a week they had a task force. They had one guy they suspected. But every lead fell through.
You act like they even tried. A 4-year-old black kid goes missing in a shit neighborhood, and you think they really tried?
Yeah, it's complicated, Alex.
I don't remember this being on the news or anything, and you're from Windtown, right? That's like an hour outside of Frankton. How the hell did this get national coverage?
Are they from Windtown?
Isn't it obvious, man? Same reason no one gives a shit about Sammy Park.
I thought they were from Flagtown.
I'm sure if Aaron had been a beautiful white woman, everyone would have cared that he vanished. Everyone would have had a candlelight vigil and a moment of silence. But that's just not how these things work. And you know what's funny? My dad is a lawyer, and my mom was an assistant to the governor. It's not like we were shit no one people, you know? It just wasn't news, or whatever they told us.
Alex, don't you think Sammy's parents tried to get some attention for their daughter's disappearance? It's not that easy. Those people you see on TV are people who can make a great story for the press. That's just the way it works.
I don't think I ever gave it any thought.
I feel like in the middle of telling his story, Alex just like paused and was like, oh, by the way, I suddenly became socially aware about a lot of issues.
Yeah, man. That's just how they get away with it. People like you don't think about it. And people like us, it's all we ever get to think about. Where our kid brothers went.
Don't you think it's weird that a young woman goes missing in your town and only people talking about it are some weirdo kids on the internet?
That is true.
And they aren't really talking about it for awareness. You guys get off on it in a way, don't you? Some fantasy about being the white knight swooping in and saving the exotic Korean girl.
Easy now. Okay. Let's go find this record.
Don't roast him so directly.
Where do we do that again?
You guys are coming along? Awesome! Back to Frankton. We need to speak with Della, the girl who made this album.
Okay, can I finally save?
I hate to admit it, but sometimes I just wish we could let him go. My younger brother, you know?
Okay, we're still doing this.
Not a day goes by where I don't think about him. And you know what's really funny? I don't even remember what he looks like. We have a few old photos, but most of them he just looks like every other kid to me. Round-faced, happy, playing video games, or falling off a bike.
You don't remember anything about him?
No, I don't think so. I think I only remember what people tell me about him. And you know what's funny? He was my twin brother. I was a minute older than him. Claudio still gets frustrated with me sometimes. You're his twin, can't you feel him out there? Or don't you have special twin powers that let you know if he's in pain? I don't believe in that stuff. Well, not usually. It's in those moments that I really do think he isn't out there anymore. If there was a connection, I'd feel something. And since there is nothing there, he must be gone. Sometimes people just vanish. They are there one moment and gone the next. Bad people take them, they fall into sewers, but life has to move on. It's harder for my parents, I think, since they made him and whatever. But Claudio, I don't think he'll ever move on. It's all he thinks about. And finding this Sammy pap girl, this obsession you brought onto him, this shit isn't fair. He had one dead kid to worry about never finding, and now you gave him another.
And that's why Chandra's even here in the first place. She really doesn't care about any of the missing stuff or the conspiracies. She's just keeping an eye on her brother, the one that she still has. Alright, so it's finally time to go and save again. That was a really long cutscene. I was expecting there to be, like, some pauses in between. Oh, that's new. Why not just put one chest with 50? Why put two with 25? All these smelly teenagers came suddenly last night. They're here looking for some sort of ghost girl, and they won't find her. She isn't real. It's just a hoax. Alright, so we just found out that the record was made by Bella Wild, who's at the arcade, so we gotta go all the way back to Frankton and talk to her about it, even though she made it clear that she wanted to be kept out of this. Oh yeah, and we gotta do something about that ghost quest along the way. There's a monster den. I should probably go to it.
LP, toss!
I hate this one. I don't know when to press the button.
Look out for number one.
Claudio has the only thing resembling a real weapon even halfway.
LP
And
toss!
instead of using that, he's using a hacky sack. Alex lacks the ability to aim. Damn, they're calling me out.
Chandra!